Seemlytuber back at it again with another video, and we're gonna go ahead and hop into this one. I don't like to be a stickler, and I don't like to really be one of those people that says "I told you so," but I'm gonna be one of those people today. I'm going to talk to my fellow gamers, and we're going to talk about how everyone was feeding into the influencer bias and the influencer talk that they were given in their little scripts when they were paid to promote these consoles. And no one wanted to believe the people that knew that this console was not a good thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the Xbox Series S. See, it's come out that 512 gigabytes that you're getting in an Xbox Series S is only going to be 332 gigabytes. So if you don't know how many games that can hold, that's one whole Call of Duty. That might not even hold the entirety of online multiplayer for Modern Warfare, but that's the entirety of Cold War. So, and you might be able to get another game on there of a decent size. You probably get a ton of indie games on there, but that's not including media apps. So media apps take up space as well. So if you're installing media apps on your all digital console, so you can use it as a means to get content in 4K 120 and 4K, and I don't even think the Series S does 8K. No, I don't think it does. But yeah, if you're using it as those means, then you can't even install that many games. You could barely get one online multiplayer game. How big is Fortnite's size? Let me look that up. Fortnite game size in gigabytes. Okay, it started off at 18 gigabytes on PC, and it's grown to over 90 gigabytes. So you could get a Fortnite. Let me see. Minecraft. What's Minecraft size? See, we're proving a point. Minecraft is a gigabyte. Yeah, I can see that. Minecraft is a gigabyte. I can see that. What's another popular game? Another popular online multiplayer game. Because that's what everyone talks about. They want more multiplayer games, but when you get these multiplayer games, Halo. Let's see what the size of a Halo game is. Let's see. So, Halo Infinite was going to be 50 gigabytes required on your drive at least. Was what was projected. Now that they are redoing it as well, that game could easily go over to 100 gigs. Let's see another Halo game, like Gears 5. Gears 5. Let's go with Gears 5. 50 gigs. You could get Halo Infinite maybe, and Gears 5 maybe. If the system allows you to install that game with that, if you go over, you can't install it. If you're short by 0.4, then you can't install the game. So you could get a Call of Duty and Gears and possibly Halo game as well. So then you got to take into account, they were saying that this was going to be a great entry point. This was a great console. And knowing full well they were lying to us because they were under embargo. And now that people aren't under as much of an embargo and people have actually gotten the console early, they are coming out and they are speaking the truth. And you are seeing games aren't hitting the 1080p mark. They're not hitting that 1440p, they said. And some of us that with actual knowledge knew that the games weren't gonna, not every game was gonna hit 1440p. 1440p on the Series S was gonna be rare. And then they came out and said that it's able to do 4K as well. There is no way in that it is able to do 4K. Good. Maybe at 15 frames per second. But there is no way that that console is going to be able to do 4K comfortably. It's hitting 780p on Gears 5 at the worst. At the worst. I think that was the worst. 780p on Gears 5. That's your game. It's optimized for your consoles. Like, that's your ecosystem games. That's your devs. Y'all can't even get it to hit 1080p comfortably or that 1440p mark, but you're touting 120 frames per second. People are going to realize with that 120 frames per second, you're going to go back to the age of subpar games, terrible graphics, and no movement forward. But you're going to have a 4K 120 frames per second TV, and you can't even use the 4K aspect of it. You're going to be looking at your games at 780p, 1080p, and maybe 1440p in 120 frames per second. It's a rare occurrence. They might not even be there. I guarantee not many games will be able to hit 1440p, 120 frames per second on the Series S. Then you got to think, you got that console. What does the Series S cost? It's like $300, $200 cost. What Series S cost? Series S is $300. Okay, $300. You only get 300 and some gigabytes of space. Okay. So we go get us a memory card. Memory card, $200. Series X is how much? $500? So I could buy a Series X and get double the space for the same price, and I get 4K 120, and I can watch 8K content whenever 8K TVs get down to a reasonable price for the consumers. It's a ripoff. I've been telling people, I've been telling everyone online for months and months, and I've been telling you guys that console is a ripoff. It is a sham, and it's gonna bring down next-gen gaming, and it's a disgrace. And we shouldn't be praising this. Influencers shouldn't have been, I wouldn't even took the money for it. I wouldn't have took the money to praise it because it's a disgrace to gaming. That's a step back. That's not a step forward. That's a step back. If they wanted to take a step forward, do the thing they're talking about with the flash drive, the Chrome flash drive thing. Do that. Do cloud. You're doing that. Don't make a console that's going to bring down console gaming. Go to cloud with your cloud stuff. We don't need this console that's going to be the lowest common denominator now. We're going back to 780p and bumping up the frame rates to 120 frames per second as being the lowest common denominator now. 780p is going to be the lowest common denominator now. And if people buy this console in the masses, then that means that they're going to be making third-party games majority to fit on that console the most. And then they're just going to try to upscale. So you're going to get no improvements outside of first-party games on PlayStation that is going to be looking graphically better for the next gen, for the money that we paid for these consoles. Someone tell me, does that make any sense? Someone tell me, is it right that we are taking steps back and that we are allowing ourselves to be fooled and hoodwinked? It's enough with everything that's going on right now, but the gaming industry is also trying to hoodwink us. We have companies that are trying to hoodwink us in the gaming industry. And it's appalling. And people need to start calling these things out. I love gaming, and I was an Xbox gamer as well, and I still have Xbox products, and I still game with Xbox. But I'm this is unacceptable. This system is not needed. They should have focused efforts on getting some games for launch instead of focusing on, yeah, we're gonna bring a 780p 120 frames per second machine when there are no TVs that are of the lower levels that get 1080p 120 frames per second that are super cheap. They're not out there yet. So what is this for? You still got to get a 4K 120 frames per second TV, which is still gonna hit you like $1,000 at the minimum. Like, this was not necessary. We didn't need this. Y'all had cloud going for you, and you could have focused your efforts on that, and you could have made that better. But instead, you made a console to basically defame the greatness of the Series X. But that's all I have for this video, y'all. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. And y'all stay safe out here, man. Y'all have a blessed day. And y'all stay positive. Keep your energy up. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Seemlytuber out. Peace.